Hey YouTube, welcome to The New Mechanic. My name is Randy, and this is my E46. This is day 2 of working the oil pan gasket. Alright, so this is day 2 of working in the oil pan gasket. So let me go ahead and update you on where we're at. You can also check out the previous video in the description. So we've removed the airbox, the mass airflow sensor, the fan and the fan shroud. We got the engine jacked up a little bit and supported by the engine support bar. We took out the splash guard down there. We took out the other splash guard, the metal one down there. And so today we're gonna go ahead and take out or remove the dipstick tube and then work on dropping the subframe. All right, I'm told it takes a 13 millimeter. 13 millimeter bolt. So I did forget about something. We need to drain the oil because otherwise we're gonna have a mess on our hands if we try to take off the oil pan gasket. I think I'm gonna do this now before I pull this dipstick out. The problem with the dipstick is it goes right into the oil pan, and I don't know the level there. I'm assuming it's not that high, but just in case, if I pull it out, a bunch of oil may come out, and that's not gonna be very fun. So we're gonna go ahead and drain the oil, then we'll pull this stick out. We got the bolt out, so it should just slide right out. This car is only sat overnight. That right there is literally why we're doing this. I don't know how much oil that actually is, but just overnight, just literally 24 hours, and we have a puddle of oil. And this is what happens when you're not paying attention. Yeah, we'll have to get that cleaned up before we crawl under there again. Unfortunately, we're out of kitty litter, so it's kind of hard to clean up all that oil. So I'm gonna run to the store, I'll be right back. You guys just stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
20 minutes later.
Whew. Told you I'd be back quick. All right, we got unscented and scented. Which one do you think I should use? Comment in the section below, tell me, but we're gonna use scented. Alright, so I just want to let that soak up for a bit, but I want to keep working, so I'm going to throw some cardboard down and we'll keep working on top of it. Alright, back to the dipstick tube. Yeah, that rolls nicely. Alright, so back to the dipstick tube. We're just going to slide it out without getting oil all over ourselves. So it looks like we're gonna have to take out the air intake tubes. Then we'll be able to get this slid out. All right, admit defeat. We gotta take everything off the top. Air stuff, the disvalve, the heat shield, and then we can get this sucker out. So let's have at it. Probably did things out of order. Probably should have put this on way afterwards, but I'm just gonna leave it here for now. I don't know if I just did this or not, but look at that hole. I'm not surprised, it's really old, so that's that. All that just to get the dipstick tube up and out of the oil pan. I left everything in there, I didn't pull it fully out, but it's out of the way now, so that's good to go. It did look like our disvalve was rebuilt at one point, so that's awesome. I don't have to do that myself. I mean, it wasn't super snug in there, but it should be fine. So now what we're gonna go and work on the bottom. Alright, next up we gotta remove the steering column from this Guibo, as I think it's called. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. Next we got the engine mounts and the sway bar mounts. There is a level sensor right here that we gotta take off, but... Alright, so the next step is to drop the subframe. That'll give us really good access to the oil pan. I think there's 21 bolts that go around it. Unfortunately, I think this is a really good stopping point. I gotta get some new parts in, I gotta get a new intake boot, gotta get some new bolts in as well, and then maybe next week when I get those parts in, we'll get this finished up. No promises, but hopefully in the next video it'll be fully finished. That would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Put this on my channel on Facebook, put it on Twitter, write somebody a letter. I mean, that would actually be really cool. I've never done that. But thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.